A very good morning to everyone today. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options and your morning market preparation video for September 19th, 2017. Well, let's take a quick look at the market here. If we take a look at the diamonds was incredibly strong yesterday, showing gapping up, staying strong the entire day. A lot of that came on the back of some of the financials pushing things up. One of the biggest influences in the diamonds is Goldman Sachs, and Goldman Sachs was up yesterday, and so that consequently really helps the diamonds stay higher. And this morning we're showing just a slight gap up, not like we have been, kind of gap up toward that open or that high yesterday. But I suspect being 7 days up in this rally, a little bit of rest is probably warranted. Really the last thing I want to do is be chasing a whole bunch of new long trades as we're up here at the highs. And there's some reason to have a little bit of concern. If we take a look at the SPY rallied right back up here to this island reversal area. Tried to break out yesterday, but notice we saw some selling here toward the end of the day. Nothing major at all, but just a little bit of concern that the air may be getting just a little thin up here at these highs, and a rest might be warranted here, having moved up so quickly. But there's nothing technically wrong with the chart. It's just saying, hey, we may just need to take a little bit of break. And ahead of the FOMC meeting, starting today and the announcement Wednesday afternoon, that really would not be odd. It's fairly common to see some light volume choppiness as the market waits for that FOMC announcement. So I don't think there's anything here to worry about. In fact, a little rest or a little pullback is actually healthy for the market and could provide some really, really good trade setups. So right now, futures are suggesting the SPY open just a tiny bit higher this morning. Let's take a look at the Qs. Now the Qs had some trouble. We've now tested this area up here 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is you could almost say 6 times, and we haven't been able to get through there. And this morning you can see the futures on the Qs are suggesting just a tiny little bit higher than the close. We could just be setting a nice little consolidation level in here on the Qs. Now there's nothing here technically wrong. If we look at this chart, we can see we're above our trend. We're just below this resistance. So we're really building this wedge type pattern right here. And we'll just have to wait for this to build enough energy to either break higher, which I would suggest the market is kind of showing that it wants to go higher, or a breakdown below that trend. Of course, would not be what we want to see happen, but is equally possible. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM had a really strong showing yesterday, really moved up nicely, breaking through this resistance. Now what I need to see here in IWM, we haven't breached that high, and you can see futures have that picking up just a tiny little bit this morning. What I really need to see here now is IWM rest in here or pull back and test this support and hold it. You can see we did that once over here, and that created a nice move higher, but then we had all the North Korea issues and things cropping up, and we dropped hard from there. So we need to see this hold right in here above this area, either a consolidation, nice tight consolidation, or a little pullback. And then I think I probably want to pick up some IWM, because I think there's a chance IWM could try to catch up with the rest of the market here toward the end of the year, and it may be a real nice position to be in. So kind of keep an eye on that. But right now, IWM looking much better and participating with the overall market. Let's take a quick look at the VIX. Now the VIX, we're down here, in that danger zone, those historic low area. That doesn't mean we have to immediately pop up, but it certainly, I want to remind everyone, this is the place where you start worrying and watching closely for a potential pullback. Now, the market is strong, and I'm not trying to suggest we're going to fall, so please don't think that. I'm just saying we're down in that area where concern does come into play, that we may be a little bit overly complacent, and that the market could do a little bit of at least resting at this point. Let's take a real close look here, or a real quick look here, not necessarily a close look. Let's take a quick look at T2122. For those of you who don't know, T2122 is the 4-week new high, new low ratio. Okay, and you can see when it gets up here into this area, we typically see that reversal back down. When we are way down here, we tend to get that reversal back up. So you can see we're not overly bought up here. We could still hold up in here just fine, and even go a little bit higher, but it wouldn't be out of the normal for this to just slowly slip back a little bit. And that can happen, slipping back here just a little bit, with nothing more than a rest in the market. So keep an eye on that. Just that we're up closer to that bearish reversal zone than we are the bullish reversal zone, and we need to pay attention to the overall market there and just not get overly bullish or overly long this market when we're up at new highs. And that's something I always want to be cautious of, is I want to temper myself with the overall condition of the market. And I don't want to be buying things up, kind of buying with both hands when we're testing new highs, or we're breaking out to new market highs, particularly after a 7-day run, because the odds of a little rest or a pullback are actually pretty high. So I will be patient and wait for that to happen, and then I will be looking to buy my new trades once we rest or pull back. I'm sufficiently long right now. I've got plenty of long positions right now. I don't see a need to rush, but that also doesn't mean if a really, really good chart setup shows itself to you, and you might be a little bit light in your portfolio, there's no reason to worry about maybe taking that trade, as long as it's defendable with the stop loss and you can see a good quality trade with low risk setting up. So don't think that you can't trade, just don't overly trade as we're testing these highs up here. Okay, let's see. Last but not least, let's take a look at the economic calendar. The economic calendar today, we have housing starts here at 8:30, and also import-export prices. The housing starts, they're expecting that to get a slight increase higher on the physical starts, but they're actually expecting permits to decline just a little bit. And import-export prices, they're expecting import prices to have gone up and our export prices to have gone slightly lower. Keep in mind, FOMC meeting begins today, and they will make their announcement tomorrow at 2 p.m. So don't be surprised if the market just gets a little bit choppy. On the earnings calendar, we have not quite 20 companies, or around 20 companies reporting earnings today. Some of the big ones to kind of make note of are Adobe, AutoZone, Bed Bath & Beyond, Federal Express is in that list today. So there are some big earnings numbers coming out. Now, most of those are going to be reporting in the afternoon. I think, I think there's only one that's reporting of those majors, AZO, that's reporting prior to the market open. So everything else is reporting after the close of the day. So keep an eye on those earnings reports, and make sure if you are holding one of those positions that you have a plan to protect yourself with that trade. The market rarely rewards laziness and not checking on an earnings report for companies you hold or checking for companies you are thinking about buying can really get you into a lot of trouble. Okay, so watch that closely. All right, everyone. Hey, if this is the first time you've seen this information, I do this every single day as part of my market preparation. I believe in preparation, not luck. And if you find this useful, if you feel that you can apply this to your trading and make use of it, please feel welcome to do so. Also, feel welcome to share this with anyone that you like. I have no problem with that. If you are watching this on YouTube, please do me a favor and click that subscribe button. And if you happen to catch these on Facebook, please also click that follow button and give me a thumbs up and comments if you can. By the way, for everyone listening to this, if you could pass it around, I've got a problem with my Facebook account. It was hacked, and I'm waiting on Facebook to recover. Actually, my personal account has to completely be recovered. And so I'm waiting on that. So I cannot post and I cannot answer questions on Facebook until I can get that repaired. And one thing that's frustrating with Facebook is there's nobody to talk to. So all I can do is really wait and hope they get that corrected. Everyone have a great day. I want to wish you all fantastic profits, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care now.